Sharks are actually older than the rings of Saturn. I know, hearing that sounds like a glitch in the simulation, but it is an absolute scientific fact. When you think of space, you think of ancient, timeless celestial bodies. And when you think of sharks, you think of scary movies. But the reality is, sharks are the true elders of the universe. We are talking about a timeline that doesn't just span centuries, but hundreds of millions of years. To understand just how mind-blowing this is, we have to look at the history of our planet and then look up at the history of our solar system. Fossil records show that sharks have been swimming in our oceans for about 450 million years. To put that number into perspective, sharks are older than trees. Seriously, when the first sharks evolved, the Earth was almost unrecognizable. There were no forests, no reptiles, and certainly no mammals. The land was mostly barren rock and moss. Sharks were patrolling the depths of the ocean before the first true tree ever took root in the ground. They have survived 5 mass extinction events. They watched the world freeze, burn, and break apart. They were swimming in the ocean when the supercontinent Pangaea existed, and they were still swimming when it broke apart to form the Atlantic Ocean we know today. For decades, astronomers assumed that Saturn's magnificent rings were primordial, meaning they formed 4.5 billion years ago, right alongside the planet itself. It made sense. They look ancient. But science loves a plot twist. During the grand finale of the Cassini spacecraft mission, the probe dove between the planet and its rings. The gravity data sent back revealed something shocking. The rings are incredibly light. If they were old, they would be massive and dark, covered in billions of years of space dust. Instead, they are bright, icy, and clean. This indicates they are chemically young. The data suggests the rings formed between 10 and 100 million years ago, likely when a moon got too close to Saturn and was ripped apart by gravity. So, here is the crazy part. This means that for the vast majority of their existence on Earth, roughly 350 million years, sharks were swimming under a sky where Saturn was just a boring, ringless beige ball. Consider the dinosaurs. The Stegosaurus lived and died long before the T-Rex. But even when the T-Rex was roaring on Earth about 66 million years ago, Saturn's rings were likely just starting to form. If a T-Rex had a telescope, it might have been the very first creature to see the rings develop. In the grand scheme of the cosmos, Saturn's rings are basically a newborn baby, a temporary decoration in our solar system. But the shark is an eternal biological machine. So the next time you see a picture of a shark, show some respect. You aren't just looking at a fish, you're looking at a living fossil that is older than the jewels of the Subscribe if you respect your elders, especially the sharks.